Welcome back to Operation Arsenal once again, guys. This time, a very similar look to the game, look to the stats. Everything looks exactly the same as it has been for weeks. But the difference was today, we actually took a couple of our chances. Can we get a round of applause for Jesus, who has been pretty much non-existent for the last calendar year, just not good enough. What a difference a goal can make, because the difference in his body language, his movement, you can tell the confidence went sky high. He got that first goal. People were joking with me in my stream chat saying, oh, he's going to get a hat-trick. And I almost laughed it off. Like, no, he scored. Great. That's really good. I want him to do well. And it came true. And as I said right at the start of the video, look at the stats. This is what our games have been looking like for weeks, but we just haven't been putting these away. So frustrating, because we should have won so many more games than we have this season. And there is a clear issue with our attackers this season. I'm not saying their quality has necessarily dropped, but I think, if anything, it's their predictability has gone up. And all of a sudden, we're throwing a very underwhelming Jesus into the starting lineup, and I think he caught them by surprise a little bit. That was the Jesus that Man City signed. That was the Jesus that Arsenal wanted to sign and did sign at the start. And of course, it didn't quite work out. Lots of injuries, and the last 18 months or so, he hasn't been good enough. And rightly so. Arsenal fans, including me, have said he just isn't it. He just isn't. But when he plays like that, I mean, he starts in the next game, right? Does he start against Palace at the weekend? We've got them twice in a row. I think he probably does. So I'm really happy with the hat-trick for Jesus. I'm so happy. And a lot of people will clown on players when they do badly. And then just, it's almost the in thing to do, isn't it? You jump on the bandwagon, you hate on a player. And that happens across all walks of life. You jump on celebrities all the time, whether it's actors, singers, whatever. When someone is failing, you just want to jump on it. And that is such a horrible thing. It's basically cancel culture. And Jesus has been absolutely targeted. And fairly or not, he has shut everyone up today with that hat-trick. Quickly, just the first goal, so poor. Obviously, Kivior's made a huge error. He hasn't judged a ball coming in over the top towards him. And Mateta is just basically very lucky in a way. If you watch the replay, I don't know how it's happened. It is millimeters away from clipping Mateta's head and bouncing away. He didn't know where the ball was. It's just literally bounced between them and he's ran through and scored. It's poor from Kivior. It is. And I would argue that Kivior didn't have a very good game even afterwards. Losing the ball, passes not going where they should be. And in general, it was a bit underwhelming from Kivior. And the difference in the second half when Partey, he was the one who came off, but having Saliba come into into the middle of the back four, and of course, then having Timber in his proper position on the right side, the difference for Kivior was clear to see, just having, I guess, Saliba there. It's like having one of the best centre-backs in the world next to you kind of improves you. It's funny that, isn't it? And again, this proves that the stubbornness that Arteta has when we make changes, he has this obsession of making more than just one change. You can't replace one player like for like. You then have to shift half the team around. As soon as Timber goes to right back, and obviously Partey's the one who's had to come off, and that sucks for him, but we just looked so much better. And I feel sorry for Waneri, because I don't think he was playing badly, but he just wasn't getting in on... He wasn't involved. He really wasn't getting much action at all. So I guess maybe the right decision to take him off. But the goal we conceded was kind of out of nothing. And similar to the 3-2 goal, where Nketiah brought one back, really, really impressive header. Too little, too late. But again, it was kind of nothing, out of nowhere. So similar story to other games in recent weeks and months where statistically on another day, there's just no way we lose the match. All we have to do is just score our goals. And that's obviously what we've done today. There are other games going on. Of course, this is a quarter-final. We are through to the semis now. We've got Newcastle beating Brentford 3-0 with 5 minutes to go, so Newcastle are definitely going to go through. And I anticipate that Liverpool will hold on here, but Southampton could cause an upset here. And then, of course, tomorrow we've got Tottenham versus Manchester United, and then we will have the draw for the semi-finals. If I could choose, obviously we want Southampton to win, and then we play them. But the reality is we're going to get Liverpool, aren't we? And if we don't get Liverpool, you can pretty much guarantee we're going to get Tottenham. I just have a feeling, but it doesn't matter who we play. We're going to have to beat one of these top sides if we want to win this trophy. And this season is, I mean, some people are saying it's pretty much win a trophy or bust for Arteta. And I don't believe that. I don't subscribe to that. I think Arteta's going to be here next season, regardless of us winning a trophy or not this season. I think we could potentially go trophyless and he'll still be here because what he's done with the club and where he's brought us, he deserves maybe that bit of extra time, and maybe he goes for one more year. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We've gone through to the semi-finals against a good Palace side who have been a little bit up and down this season, very low at the start, and they're really starting to do a lot better now. But the reality is there are still 2 games to play to win this, and we could be facing Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham, Man United. It's going to be interesting, and obviously Southampton could be one of the teams as well if they do score again. Quick mention on Ødegaard as well, because he came on as a sub and changed the game. Absolutely fantastic from him, especially the pass for Jesus' 3rd goal, just putting him in an empty second half of the pitch, all to himself. Brilliant. I thought Sterling missed an absolute sitter and was woeful at times in that first half, but was much better in the second half, but hasn't shown why he should start. Trossard didn't particularly have a great game in the first half, much better in the second half. I think in general, that's what we can say. You know, the first half was so poor. And it's funny because I predicted that we would win this game 2-1. That was my prediction. And I said it on stream. You can go back and watch it if you want. I said we would concede first early in the first half, and then we would come out in the second half and win the game 2-1. I was so close. So close to guessing it. Should we talk about Crystal Palace? 3-4-3? It's an interesting setup, and I do like what they've got on the pitch there. It's a good side, but missing that individual bit of quality. I thought Henderson made some really good saves, and Mateta looked dangerous. I'm not sure why Eze came off. I would never take Eze off unless he absolutely needed to come off, because he is such a dangerous player. Big fan of Lerma. He's just everywhere. He's absolutely everywhere. And at times, Waneri in the first half especially just couldn't get a sniff at all. He's a really, really good, experienced player. And Nketiah, I feel for him because he got a little bit of a mixed reception when he came on. I was expecting a lot of cheers, and actually I heard a couple of boos. And I don't understand why. Why is Nketiah getting boos at the Emirates? He wore the badge with pride, and he scored some big goals for us. Who remembers the Manchester United winner? The hat-trick against, what was it, Sheffield United? Or was it Burnley? I can't even remember. But he had some great moments, and he was, I mean, one of our own, right? Why is he getting booed? And the goal was excellent. I mean, I said that he should probably join F1 with a neck that powerful. The way he's wrapped his... Oh, it's brilliant. It's a superb goal. Really, really impressive. So, well done to him. But this says it all, doesn't it? Ødegaard coming on, 2 assists. Saka coming on, assist. And, of course, Saliba coming on and really helping out. But Arteta got the subs right. You have to give him his flowers. We are always very quick to say whether he got subs wrong or tactics wrong. And, yeah, maybe we over-rotated for the start of this game. But when he brought the subs on in the second half, we looked like a much, much better team. But it is concerning that in a game where ideally we do rest a couple of players, we haven't been able to give Saka an entire game off, or Ødegaard. They had to play, luckily, a portion of the game and not the whole thing. But, of course, we do go into Palace again on the weekend. Let's jump into our fixture list here. So we're playing them on Saturday in the evening, this time away. Hopefully we can get a very similar result. I don't care how we do it, just get the win there. And then we've got a nice little run of games that I think we should be winning. Ipswich at home, Brentford away is actually kind of tricky. Same with, actually, maybe not. maybe it's a bit of a tougher run than we thought. Manchester United and Tottenham, and then Villa at home in a row. But the rest of December, 2 games, 2 wins. That's all we can ask for, really. And then we go into a brand new year. Hopefully, we go into a transfer window with hopefully some ideas of players that we can bring in. I swear, if we do manage to bring in an attacking player of good, top quality, I will be so impressed. But who's with me when they say, or when I say we're not going to? I've just got a feeling that we're not going to get anything. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we do bring in someone, because we do need something. And I'm thinking, if it can't be a striker because we're waiting for the perfect striker, like an Isaac or something like that, then we need to bring in someone that can play on that left side, because Martinelli, Trossard, Sterling even, just, it's not enough, unfortunately. But thank you for watching. Thanks to everyone who came out to the stream. And thank you to everyone who watched the Como episode earlier. 2 videos today and a stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the content, and I will see you next time.